Here we go. Champions League quarter-final draw. Doing a semi-final draw today as well. 8 teams going into the hat. And I've got to say here, with no disrespect, the team I want, Stade Rennais. Stade Rennais in the top 4 in Ligue 1. Doing alright, but I think with the blockbuster teams available, that is the team I would fancy our chances against. Anyone else? I don't think so. Monaco, possibly. They're second in Ligue 1 right now. 3 French teams still remaining, but just make sure we avoid Real Madrid and PSG. That is definitely the massive ask. I'm asking of Ronnie tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo. Right, let's do it then. Champions League quarters and Bournemouth. Ronnie, please. Oh, it's Real Madrid, but at least they've gone. Right, well, here we are. Bournemouth. Drawn first team in the round 2, and it is Stade Rennais. Thank you, Ronaldo. Barca will take on Milan, which means Liverpool will have PSG. It's the team I wanted. Stade Rennais. With absolutely no disrespect, it's the team I wanted. They are in 4th under the great Unai Emery as well. They've got some good players there, don't get me wrong. Jeremy Doku is still there, also turns into an amazing Belgian winger as the years go by. We saw it by valuation there. They got Desiree. I don't actually know who this guy is. I really should, to be fair, at 24 years old with those stats there. Cho is there. We know he's a great young forward, of course, in FM23. He is there as well. Still got Treffer, great left back as well, of course, lest we forget as well. It is a decent team. But I think you have to say we would probably be favourites for it. It won't be easy, but Ronnie's given me the team I wanted. Now it's up to us. Stade Rennais, bring them on. Oh, and I forgot we got the semi-final draw as well. So semi-final of the Champions League draw. Ronnie's going to do that as well, yeah. And if we were to make it through Stade Rennais, we'd have either Monaco or Real Madrid, who are the favourites and the holders as well. If we make it through Stade Rennais, we'll either have yet another French side, or again the favourites or the holders, Real Madrid, who would be favourites of that tie, as well as the whole competition as well. Even so, delighted with that. Stade Rennais won't be easy by any stretch of imagination, but you would put us as favourites, I'd say. Bring them on. Yes, no, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager Say. This is episode number 77. Instead, returning with a massive treble header with our Cherries as we face Stade Rennais in the Champions League quarter-final. Both legs, first at home and then away, and sandwiched in between that, a vital game against Sheffield United in the Premier League. Before we get to the games, though, shall we all for getting on off camera. And oh my goodness, the drama continued. In the last episode, you saw our comeback victory in the Champions League last 16 over Spurs to make it through, and the Carabao Cup final victory over Aston Villa for our 3rd Carabao Cup in 5 years. 4 games off camera, and this was just classic FM. I should have played all the games on camera, man, because they were ridiculous. We started off with Manchester United, the Premier League champions, and it was a crazy game. Anthony gives the Red Devils the lead. They go in front by a goal. Then Goran Kowal levels it and makes it 1-1. Later on in the game, penalty, Manchester United. Mamardashvili makes the save. And then in stoppage time, Palace to Palace, Mitchell to Elise, Bournemouth win it in stoppage time. Absolutely amazing comeback victory, and I was thinking, well, out of those 4 games, that was the most dramatic. They'll probably calm down from then. They didn't. Following game, Wolves away at Molineux. Raul Quezada misses a penalty, saved by Dino, and eventually Elise flashes the rebound right. It's still 0-0, but the Chilean wonder kid makes up for it. How? I hear you ask. He gets the assist for Goran Kowal's opener, sends it over the top, and Kowal does the rest. It's 1-0, but a minute later, Wolves level it through the former Leeds forward Sonny Perkins, and then with 5 minutes to go, Matheus Cunha completes the comeback, and Wolves win it by 2-1 and give us a taste of our own medicine. And I was thinking, blimey, very dramatic games there. Should have done those 2 games on camera. But the next 2 games, surely going to calm down, right? No, went to Anfield after an international break and had a mixture of starters and, well, I wouldn't say backup players out there, but not my strongest line, I don't know that about it. And we were 4-0 up in 54 minutes. It was ridiculous. Elise gives us the lead from the spot 8 minutes in. Then Goran Kowal bags a brace in 12 minutes as he makes it 2 and 3-0 at the break. At half time, I was thinking, there's no way we win this game comfortably. Liverpool are going to come back and surely pull off an Istanbul here. And then 9 minutes after the restart, Alex Scott finds Lucas Sucic, and it's 54 minutes in, and we are 4-0 up at Anfield. It was ludicrous. And whilst the Reds did get 2 back through Harvey Elliott and then Mo Salah, evergreen Mo Salah in this save from the spot, we still held on for a famous victory. And I thought, well, the following game, that should be a banker really. Southampton away at St Mary's, this should be a bit calmer. No, not at all. Not at all. Michael Elise misses a penalty early. He then gets forced off on the stretcher and he's still down now. And then with the final kick of the game, Southampton with a free kick. They were holding on for a 0-0 draw and again we dominated. And wouldn't you just know it, they steal all 3 points at Mary's. Free kick to the middle, not dealt with, and Sander Berger heads in from close range. So, in summary, these 4 games were absolutely mental. The 2 games I thought we'd lose, we won. The 2 games I thought we'd win, we lose. Drama throughout, missed penalties, injuries, late winners, extraordinary games. And that's why in the Premier League, after 6 points from a possible 12, we're still in a European place. We're in 5th right now. We're now 10 points off the Red Devils and the Reds, who we beat both. In our last 2 wins. We're not going to catch them now in the race for the title, but we're now 4 points behind Chelsea in 4th and 7 behind Aston Villa in 3rd. We've got a worse goal difference than both as well, and Bournemouth have absolutely bottled it. We did the hard job. We bottled the easy job. How we won both of those games against Southampton and Wolves. We have 63 points and be in 4th place. Instead, 6 games to go. We need at least 2 slip-ups from Chelsea and or Aston Villa to make top 4 now. We've put ourselves in a hole with poor results, even though we managed massive wins against the Red Devils and Liverpool. Crazy sequence off camera. Outrageous games off camera. Absolutely ridiculous, man. But the one other thing I want to show you in the run off camera is this. We have had a new youth intake for the new season, but as I always say, take it with a pinch of salt, because we know we don't normally get great talent from our youth intake. Our best of the lot, to be fair, excites me for a very simple reason. He's got very good mental stats, and as a pressing forward, if he gets his finishing and his composure up, could possibly be really good there. But yeah, he's our best prospect. We've got a young goalkeeper there. Yeah, I mean, there's no one really worth looking out for here, apart from, I would say, David Lane, that young, hard-working forward is probably the only one to watch out for as the years go by. Anyway, first of the 3 then, it is indeed Stade Rennais. Ronnie did us a favour. I said, please avoid Real and PSG. And whilst we did get a French side, we got what you consider to be probably the weakest team left in the final 8. So I think we've been given a massive favour there by Ronnie. Real Madrid are the favourites and the holders as well. They'll take on Monaco. Again, if we do make it through the tie, we'll have one of those 2 there. But Stade Rennais, once again, under Unai Emery. To be fair, they're doing okay. They're 5th in Ligue 1 right now. So they're going for a Champions League place, just like we are. They're having a similar season to we are in domestic football in France. But they are in poor form. Just the 2 wins in their last 8 games, I believe. And 3 defeats on the bounce, including a very heavy defeat in the French Cup semi-final to Lyon as well, where our lone player actually got a goal against them too. So, yeah, they're not doing too well in terms of form right now, but in terms of the season they're having, they're doing okay, and they're still within a shout to make the top 4. So they're in a very similar season to we are right now in our domestic league as well. So, heading into the game, I'll stick with the 4-3-3, because again, tactically this season we've done really well. We just dropped some really silly points here and there. So we're doing fine. I'm not going to change tactics. I'll keep them as they are, because for the most part this season, this system has worked really well for us. We'll leave things as they are. And on the injury report, again, Elise went down in that loss there to Southampton. Sprained his ankle. Twisted his ankle, sorry. We won't see him today. We will see him for the end of the season, but he'll miss both legs here against Stade Rennais. So, heading into the game, this is our team. Georgie is in goal. About for a small Kai McCauley, Mascara and Aaron's. Rodri and Irasevic are our DMGO, with Scott slightly further forward. Quezada's on the left, Sucic on the right, and Kowal leads the line. And by the way, on Raul Quezada, he's just been given a massive, absolutely massive bumper pay packet increase. Yeah, about treble salary, I would say, for Raul Quezada now. He wanted a new contract. He was determined to get one. He wouldn't go away. And I said, you know what? You are literally, well, I've called him the real deal. It's his 2nd season here, not 3rd, ignore that. 2nd season here, 8 goals in 18 and 4 assists as well. He's been phenomenal ever since he came in for us, no doubt about it. Future captain, I can definitely see it. He's been great. and one of our most informed players all season long. Shame about the injuries. On the bench, though, it's Ward, Miodrag, Garza, Mitchell, Lopez, McTominay, the Chump, Radulovic, Traore, Fernandes, Delap, and Araujo as well. First to three, it's Stade Rennais at home. We always seem to lose our European knockout ties away, so let's make sure we win the first leg here at home. Come on, you cherries. Yeah, it is actually very evenly matched, this tie, I'd say. You know, both teams in poor form right now, domestically, but both teams in the same position, domestically as well, in fifth. Very even tie. Very, very even tie, and could go either way. Our home form's so much better than our away form ordinarily, though, so massive, massive game, this one. The first leg needs to be a win, I feel. Kowal. Sucic, far post, Kazada's there, mate. And, it deflects into the path of Kowal at the near post, and he hits the post. And it's cleared by Stade Rennais. Good start, though. Putting the pressure early. That's what you want to do. Doku, who I would say is Stade Rennais' danger man in this tie, alongside Cho in the middle, up top for them. As Kazada loses the ball. Oh, and thank God that shot goes way over the bar. I don't predict Stade Rennais getting many chances tonight. And that might be one of the best they get. Thankfully, it goes blazing over the stands. Over the bar and into the stands there. Still, 0-0. Decent start, but... yeah, we need to win this first leg, I feel. You know, last time we were in France for a knockout tie in a European tie, we lost. That was to RC Lens last year in the Europa League. So we want to make sure we win this first leg. Cho, offside, surely. Yeah, flags, that wouldn't have counted anyway. Oh, fucking hell. How many times? Raul Quezada, bones made out of glass, forced off again. Let's bring on Traore, who, to be fair, has done quite well this season on the left-hand side. I was just thinking maybe Kowal on the left and then Araujo up top. But no, let's go Traore. Like-for-like swap there. And Hamid will come in. God, Raul, I tell you what, I've given him a massive contract. But, I mean, oh, you're joking. Rodri now forced off. Potential foot injury. Let's bring on the captain, Scott McTominay. And we'll switch he and Urusei, who just rolls around. Because I prefer Scott as a BWM. So... still tied at 0-0, and we've lost probably our best player in Rodri and our best young player in Quezada through injury. Not quite the half I was hoping for here. Lads, pointing my finger here. I'm not happy with the performance out there. Get going. Come on. Get going. Seriously. Going to change the tactics real briefly here and do what we did to Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup final, which is get stuck in and play at a higher tempo now, or the highest tempo, and a bit shorter in our passing directness as well, and also run a defence too, which I really like having on, where you've got good pacey dribblers. So, yeah, second half to begin. We're still tied at 0-0. We need to win the first leg, I feel. I have a feeling we'll lose in France. We need to win the first leg. So far, haven't done enough out there. Well, Stade Rennais appear to have come for the draw, and it looks like they're going to get it. But with 7 minutes to go, we've lost a couple of games where we've played well. Oh, late! And we almost did for the third game in a row as well. Georgie makes the save, tips it onto the bar, and Stade Rennais almost won it late on. So, I'm not going to make any changes. We'll leave things as they are. But again, they've got a free kick. And the header goes just over. My goodness, Stade Rennais very close to winning this late on here. But it does appear as they will draw the first leg. Well, I felt we needed to win it. Instead, it finishes goalless. Disappointing. Missed opportunity. Oof, Rodri. He's going to miss the second leg with a twisted ankle. That's gutting. Thankfully, Quezada's injury is not quite as bad as it could have been. Gash lower leg. This guy's got bones made out of glass and paper-thin skin. It's ridiculous. I don't know if I've ever had a player as good as him, who is as injury prone. It's extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. I mean, honestly, he just cannot, for the life of him, keep himself fit. Right, second of the three then, and Lord knows we need to win this one. We just dropped a 6th in the table as with the evening kickoff today, and heading into the game, I would definitely say we need to win at the very least 5 of our final 6 games, and probably all 6 as well, with Man City directly above us, now in 5th place as well. If we don't win this game, I think there's absolutely no chance we make the top 4 now, with Sheffield United being one of the easier teams we'll have to face in the final 6. So I will stay with the same tactics, but I will make one last change. Shorter our directors in passing, but play at the highest tempo possible as well. That'll do it for now. So we're missing 3 players for injury. Rodri, Elise and Quezada as well. 3 major players for us too. Maybe not Elise, but definitely Rodri and Quezada. This is big, man. We failed to win this. Top 4 is gone, no doubt about that. So Georgie, once again between the sticks. Back for Smallcombe, McCody, Mascara and Aaron's. Miodrag comes in as our anchor man. McTominay's the ball midfielder, and Scott slightly further forward. Traore on the left, Sujic on the right, and Kowal will lead the line. On the bench, you've got Ward, Garza, Mitchell, Lopez to Chump, Urisevic, Radalovic to Lap, and Araujo as well. Second of the three, first of the final 6 in the league. Failed to beat the Blades, and we are not making top 4. Come on, you cherries. 22 minutes in, still 0-0, but we've made a brighter start, it seems, statistically. But we don't want brighter starts, we want opening goals. Miodrag playing as the anchor man. I said before, I do see him playing further forward in this team. If Scott finds Kowal, he's found the back of the net. Will it stand, though? He looked a yard offside to me. It'll go to VAR. I don't think that's going to stand. Garang smacked it in after a lovely free ball by Scott. And it is indeed disallowed. Still, that's decent. That's decent. We've seen the ball at the back of the net. Even if it's chalked off, that's decent. Now let's make sure we get ourselves in front fairly, if you will. 11 minutes to go for the break. Still 0-0. Still 0-0. Plenty of time, lads. Plenty of time. Miodrag to whip this free kick into the middle. Now we've got height. We've got strength. We've got an aerial presence. We haven't won the aerial duel. But Scott does win it back and attack down the left. He'll play it into the middle. It's not clear. Kowal finishes from a tight angle and this one will stand. Not quite sure what happened there. Scott played the ball through and it appeared as though a clearance deflected off a teammate and Garang, quick as a flash, picks it up and puts it in for a tight angle. I want to see that again because I think that's how it happened. Scott's through ball into the middle. Yup, exactly there. Clearance off a teammate inadvertently and Kowal finishes from a tight angle. Good volley there. So we'll cut the gap on Chelsea to a point as things stand. Of course, they'll still have the game in hand. We'll also cut the gap on Aston Villa, but they'll also have the game in hand as well. What a ball, Alex Scott. Oh, it's a brilliant ball. That's going to stand, surely. Hamid Traore beats Patterson to the ball. What a ball by Alex Scott. Absolutely brilliant ball to the far post there. His range of passing at times is just absolutely phenomenal, man. Seriously. Look at this. Weaker left foot. Perfectly timed. Perfectly weighted. Perfectly finished by Traore. And that is going to do it. 2 brilliant balls from Alex Scott sees us get the win and the 3 points which we so sorely needed. So again, we'll cut the gap on Chelsea to a point, on Aston Villa to 4, I think, but both teams will have the game in hand. Job done. Well done, lads. Back to form with a good win there and a good clean sheet as well. But yeah, we still know we're playing catch up and we still need favours as well. And Aston Villa and Chelsea are both playing their games in hand today as well. So whilst it's nice to know we are performing technically above expectations, I said before we are doing much better than we should be, really. We still dream of playing in the Champions League next season as well. So Villa are at home to Arsenal and Chelsea have got to go to the Stadium of Light. Sunderland, I think, are already relegated. They're right down the bottom of the table. I expect Chelsea to win that game, but hopefully Arsenal can do us a favour there away at Villa Park. So as we process through together, fingers are crossed. Come on, Sunderland, pull off an amazing result against Chelsea. And come on, Arsenal as well. The scores were... Well, Chelsea are leading by a goal. It's not finished yet. Aston Villa drew 0-0 though, so that's good. Their game in hand was spurred, but they've still got a 5-point gap. But I think Chelsea should be able to see it out. Yes, they did, and they extended the goal difference with a 4-0 win as well. We can still do it, but it's going to be incredibly tough from here. So then, this is it. Third and final game, second leg, Stade Rennais away. After a goalless draw in the first leg though, I feel like Unai Emery's side probably fancy their chances now. They still haven't won though since March. They lost on the weekend away against Nantes there. So both teams have been in poor form, but ours isn't quite as bad. But we all know how OP home form can be. And of course, we have been quite poor away from home, really, since the save began. So if we are going to make it through, we need to do what we couldn't do last year, and that is win in France. Stade Rennais away. Come on, you cherries. Still missing Rodri, Elise, and the real deal Raul Cazado as well. That Rodri blows the biggest of the three, though, I would say. So into the game, we're not fully fit. We're quite tired, but I've made a couple of changes to my instructions here. We're going to go get stuck in right from the very first whistle. I want us to let Stade Rennais know we're here for a fight tonight in France. And we're also going to run at the defence as well. Other than that, tactics stay the same, and this is our team. George in goal. Back four is now Mitchell coming in. Okoli, Mosquera and Aarons. Miodrag, McTominay and Scott once again the midfield trio. With Traore and Sujic supporting Kowal up top. On the bench, you've got Ward, Sims, Garza, Lopez to Chump, Forsby, Urisevic, Radalovic, Fernandes de Lap, and Araujo as well. Third and final game, second leg, Stade Rennais away. We're not fully fit. This is going to take mental fortitude to make it through. Come on, you cherries. I really think this could go either way, you know. I think this could go either way. Come on, Bournemouth, though. Semi-finals of the Champions League at stake. Oh, fucking hell. Stade Rennais, enjoy your trip to the Final Four. Right. Well, let's put Scott further back now, but keep him as a DLP. God damn it, Scott! Are you serious? That's the sort of thing that Gareth Smallcombe normally does. That's it. That's all I'll change for now. But I will play at a slightly lower tempo than we started at. And I mean, it is my fault. I had to get stuck in instruction on. I said let them know we're here. I didn't mean let them know we're going to take them out in 2 minutes. Scott, I think you took that instruction a little bit too literally, mate. Dear, oh dear. No, this is Stade Rennais. It's over. Corner. Bournemouth. Hamed takes it. Which one into the far post? Cleared away. And Truffer is going to pick it up. And now the left back can storm forward. It was Scott. Tired, gassed, chasing after him. And does well, to be fair, to hold him up. But as Stade Rennais get it back, Doku slides for his man. This to make it 1-0. Stade Rennais on the counter have taken the lead. I mean, it's the team I wanted. It's the team I wanted. I felt as though it would be even, but we'd be slight favourites. But this is why I said we need to win the first leg. This is why I said we need to win the first leg. We never seem to win away in European ties. So we had to win the first leg at home. We didn't. We almost lost it at the end. And that's why heading to the second leg, even before that McTominay red card, I felt we were going to be in trouble. Down by a goal. And if Stade Rennais get a second goal here, it's over. This to wrap it up. Just wide. We're hanging on in there. Problem is we can't really go to a low defensive line, low press, counter-attacking system now, because Stade Rennais will say, okay, fair enough, you do that, we'll just keep holding the ball then. I mean, we're leading by a goal, so it's just bars hit there. We have to keep playing a pressing game to try and win it back and get some chances ourselves. We're still in this statistically, right? We're still in this, but we are down by a goal. And we're going to have 45 minutes to keep our Champions League semi-final dreams alive. Otherwise, we're going out in the quarters. Again, I wanted this tie. I wanted it. As Radulovic looks for Kowal. It's headed away. And Stade Rennais get it back. I felt as though, out of all the teams remaining, this is the team we had the best chance against. I knew it would be tight. No doubt about it. But the first leg to me was where this tie was lost. Like, genuinely. We had to win that. We had to win that first leg. And we didn't. And this is going to be 2, and this will be tie. Pack it up, boys. Pack it up. It's been a good run. Our first of the year in the Champions League, but it ends in the last 8. We're missing Rodri out there as well, man. Like, Rodri has just been absolutely phenomenal this year. We're really missing him as Kowal heads it wide. He, as the anchor man, has made a massive difference to our team this year. He has been, even with all the Kowal's goals, he's been my best player this year. He's been a big miss for this second leg. But, unfortunately, McTominay's moment of madness and Stade Rennais... Oh, fucking hell. Can we just catch a break? Well, bench has been emptied, and that is going to do it. Stade Rennais are going to make it through to the Final Four. What a run they've had. But with their poor form, I mean, honestly, we've bottled it. There is no other way of putting this. We've absolutely bottled it. Like I said, they're a decent team. They're a decent team, but this should not have happened. This is a bottle job from Bournemouth. McTominay got that red card. Stade Rennais went for the kill. They didn't just kill us. They absolutely murdered us. Violently. I mean, this has just been a slaughter. Well, it's all on making the top 4 now. It's all on making the top 4. I'm not going to go harsh. I'm not going to go harsh. Lads, unlucky, would have been nice, but it wasn't to be. Calm yourselves down, especially you, Scott. Calm yourselves down. It was an even tie. In the end, we got battered, but we lost that in the first leg, though. We lost that in the first leg. Oh, for fuck's sake. The injury is just ridiculous, man, honestly. We lost that in the first leg. Like, you had to win that. Like, we could not afford that result. That needed to be a win. Not only did we draw and fail to score, we also lost Rodri and Gazada. That first leg, we lost it there. We were always going to struggle in the second leg, so I'm not surprised we lost the second leg. But that first leg, we should have won that. We should have won that. That's it. We're done. We're out of there. It's over. And we'll return in the next episode. I don't feel like I can miss the final 5. I really don't. So let's just come straight back, shall we? Yeah, final 5 games. I will play 3 of the final 5 first. Newcastle, Norwich and Leicester. And then we'll do the season finale, Brentford and Sunderland. Where now the Champions League has ended for us. We must win all of our final 5 to have any chance of being back in that competition next year. Guys, have a great day. Much love. And I'll see you for the next episode, the penultimate one of Season 8. Very soon.